Alright y'all, welcome back. This is going to be week 6 of Draft League with the Ambercrag Excadrills taking on my boy, new boys, Togekiss, my ass. Pretty scary team that he brought there. He's got a lot of fast threats with Raichu and Scolipede. He didn't bring Melmetal, which we were very prepared for, so that's kind of a bummer, but we can work around this. I'm gonna lead with Azelf because it's Scarfed. It's gonna be faster than his entire team. And it's a good check to Scolipede, which has ruined me before, so we'll see how we do. And he does lead with Scolipede, so that's amazing news for us. He doesn't have a Dark type, so we can just safely go for a Psychic here and not have to worry about this thing. So I'm going to do that, because this is a huge threat, and this is my answer to it. Psychic goes first. Bang, just knocks it out. Perfect. Azelf KOs Scolipede with Psychic. Alright, it's another really solid start for us. We've had a string of getting those turn 1 knockouts, which is really helpful. It's going to go into Palossand now. I don't really have a great answer for this. I kind of feel like he's going to go for a Ghost move. So let's try and predict that and go to Heliolisk. So we have Levitate on Azelf, so if he goes for a ground move, that would be silly or a great prediction. And he does, so he goes for Scorching Sands. That's going to knock us below half, and he gets the burn, which is unfortunate. That's a bummer for sure, but we can pretty safely go for a Surf here. I'm not going to predict anything. So let's see how this does. It's going to give it the Water Compaction, but because we're hitting on the special side, we might be okay. So we're going to do a chunk of damage, and then he'll knock us out here. So that was a good prediction on his part if he did predict it. Palossand KOs Lisk with Scorching Sands. I feel like I can pretty safely... this is tough. Let's go to Skarmory. So he can't hit us with a ground move. I don't know that this gets like a fire type move or anything like that, so let's just go for a layer of spikes. They do stay in. He goes for Shore Up to get his health back. It's a solid play. So this thing's going to be super annoying because I kind of lost my one thing that checks it, but I don't know that he can really touch us, and if he's just going to heal up, we can deal with that later. And getting up spikes is going to be very helpful. Goes for Shadow Ball. This is going to sting. Okay, does a reasonable amount, but we can safely set up another spike unless he crits us. So will he get the crit? He does not. Okay. So we can Roost here, get our health back. If he predicts that and goes for Scorching Sands, fair plays, because that would be big brain on their part. He doesn't predict it. He goes for Shadow Ball here. Now he gets the special defense drop. That's not good. So let's go into Turtonator as like a pivot switch. Goes for another Shadow Ball. And I can try and Fire Spin here. It does go for Scorching Sands. We're special defensive, so that does a good amount, but not too much. And Fire Spin does hit, so now we can chip this thing down, hopefully, over time. But he does have Shore Up, which is going to be kind of problematic for us. Just going to protect. And here he'll probably go for another Scorching Sands or a Shore Up. So I'll try and pivot back into Skarmory. And they do Shore Up here, so that's not the best, but hopefully we can outspeed, get a Roost off, not get that drop, and then maybe Whirlwind this thing out of here. Oh, gets a crit there, so that is very unfortunate. And the special defense drop. Oh boy, that's terrible for us. That's such bad news. Dang, okay, I mean, I just don't have an answer for this now. I guess I have to switch into Excadrill, because we can't take another one with Skarmory, I don't think. Goes for a Shadow Ball. Shouldn't do too much. Okay, it does like a quarter. Again, I'm pretty scared of this thing, so I'm just gonna Earthquake. That does hardly anything. It's gonna Scorching Sands. We have the Shuckaberry. If he burns us, that's gonna be terrible. Doesn't burn us. I feel like I just kind of have to keep pivoting around, so let's go for an aggressive play here and try to go into Azelf on the Scorching Sands, and then maybe we can knock it out with Psychic. Okay, so he does go for Scorching Sands. We Levitate and avoid that. That's good, so I'm just going to go for another Psychic, because it hits his whole team, and this thing is very threatening. Hopefully this will be enough to take it out. It isn't. It lives on, like, 1, and then gets a Shadow Ball off. This is going to sting, but we live it. Oh, God. And he gets another special defense drop. Not that it matters with 12 HP, but good God. This thing is a menace. Ah, alright. Well, after that, decimated half my team. I finally knocked that thing out. I was worried about it, but I didn't know that it was going to be that big of a threat to me. Now in comes Tyrantrum, takes a ton of damage from Spikes. I'll just pivot into Skarmory, I guess. So it's not going to be all that useful in this game now, except against this. Goes for Dragon Tail, and we avoid it. That's interesting. I I can just try and roost here. I think he'll be faster, but okay. So if he goes for Dragon Tail again, that's negative priority, and at least we can like heal this thing up. And he does go for Dragon Tail again, so that'll not do much. He'll take Rocky Helmet Chip, phase us out of here into Mimikyu. That's not terrible for us, actually. I'm just gonna set up, because he can't hit us with Dragon Tail because we're Fairy type. And he switches. Okay, this is good. We got some momentum going. Goes into this beast, Tapu Fini, which has just been running the league for his team. Sets up Misty Surge, so now we can't Shadow Sneak, which is not good for us, but I think we can still hit this thing pretty hard at +2. I think we'll outspeed it. I don't know if a +2 Play Rough is going to be enough, but we have to go for it. We hit, and it is enough. Alright. Mimikyu KOs Finny with Play Rough. Alright, that's another threat out of here. So he has Tyrantrum, Raichu, and Drampa left. Goes into Tyrantrum. I don't know if I agree with that play. Let's go for a Drain Punch since it won't miss. And we can probably knock it out from that range. Do. Perfect. And Mimikyu KOs Tyrantrum with Drain Punch. Man, this was looking really rough, but this is kind of how I play when I'm on the back foot, is I get into a terrible situation and then Mimikyu just kind of saves me. It's kind of just how it goes. Let's check. Misty Terrain has only been up for 2 turns, if I'm reading that correctly. Or it has 2 more turns out of 5 to go. The thing is, we have our Disguise still, so while this thing will outspeed us, I can maybe knock it out. Oh, we outspeed. That's interesting. Gone. Alright, well, I'll take that. Mimikyu KOs Raichu with Play Rough. Wow, alright. Well, that might be game, because Drampa's definitely not going to be faster than this thing. We have our Disguise, so even if we miss, we're sitting pretty. So let's go for it. I was kind of worried because we couldn't go for Shadow Sneak with the terrain up, but because our Disguise was still there, I figured I'd just go for it. And we were somehow faster, so I don't know what set he's running. Maybe he's modest. Play Rough is going to easily knock this out. So Mimikyu KOs Drampa. Alright, GG Alex. Had me on the back foot early with that Demon Palossand. I didn't think I was ever gonna break through that thing, but we figured it out. GG.